There are basically two ways to treat bed bugs. The first way, which has been in use for a long time, is to use chemicals, typically pyrethroids. There are issues with that treatment technique that frequently require retreatment because the insects are irritated by the chemicals and seek refuge in cracks and small spaces. And there are problems with furniture, bedding, and so on that are very difficult to treat and usually have to be discarded as part of the treatment process at extra expense. Thermination technology has designed an electric heater that's intended to meet the needs of the hospitality market, to be easily operated and set up by one or two people and treat a single room effectively by raising the temperature of that room to around 135 degrees. It turns out that bed bugs and their eggs are very effectively killed when temperatures get above 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Our goal is to get all parts of the room to 122 degrees or higher and hold them there for 2 hours so that the heat can soak into all of the nooks and crannies and kill the insects. To do that, we will plug this heater. This is a model 2024, which takes two 20-amp circuits. And in this case, this room has a 20-amp circuit on the air conditioning unit. And we will use one cord to power from this outlet and then a longer cord to go to an adjacent room out through the window and plug it in over there to obtain another 20-amp circuit to give us the power we need to power a 9-kilowatt heater. We need to circulate the air to make sure that it reaches all parts of the room. So the treatment kit includes two fans, which are wheeled for easy transport. The heater itself is wheeled for easy transport and storage and is fairly lightweight. It's only about 55 pounds. As part of the setup process, we have to move furniture and bedding away from the walls to improve air circulation and place spacers under the furniture. And this is a typical spacer we have, an aluminum spacer that has been designed to allow airflow under the furniture. During the treatment process, we will go around and check temperatures of various surfaces to make sure that they are at the 122 degree or higher temperature level. We also have a data logger. This is a USB data logger, which will be set up somewhere on a piece of furniture or bedding and monitor the entire treatment process. When we're done treating this room, it will be plugged into a computer or laptop, and the data can then be displayed and recorded as part of a permanent record. This room, as in many hotel rooms, has a sprinkler head, and most sprinkler heads are set at 155 degrees. To avoid the possibility of setting off a sprinkler head, we place an insulating device over the sprinkler head and pull it up tight to the ceiling, and this will give us at least 10 degrees of cooling, so the sprinkler head should have a 30+ degree safety margin. Next is to actually set up this room and show you the process of treatment. We typically remove the bedding. It can be put in a laundry basket and kept in the room to be treated as well, but normally it would be taken out and washed and dried. Dryers reach a high enough temperature to kill the insects and their eggs in any bedding or clothing. Electronics can be left in the room, but unplugged. In this case, we would unplug the refrigerator, open the cupboard doors. TV sets, radios, whatever, can be left in the room as part of the treatment process, but they should be unplugged. Furniture lifts elevate the furniture such that we can easily get airflow underneath and treat the areas under the furniture and the carpet. This is the data logger, and I'll place it here just to make sure that the room reaches the proper temperatures. Place the heater. The room is now all set up. The mattress and bed spring are set up such that they form a tent that air can flow through easily up toward the headboard area. All the furniture has been put on top of furniture lifts. The drawers on the furniture have been opened to ensure that airflow heats the areas inside those drawers. The heater is now plugged in. There are two circuits powering it, one from this room, one from the adjacent room. I'll turn it on, set the timer for 5 hours, put it in treatment mode, and set the digital temperature to 135 degrees. 135 degrees. The room starts off at 77. So now it's a process of waiting 4 to 5 hours. The first 2 hours will be heating the room to above 122 degrees, and once it reaches that, our goal is to hold it for an additional 2 hours. Depending on construction, if it has concrete floors, it might take a little longer, but a typical treatment time is between 4 and 6 hours. As soon as the room is finished, we can turn on the equipment and it'll cool fairly rapidly, vacuum the areas where there might be insects, and put the room back into service. Let me turn on the fans to circulate the air. The fans will run throughout the entire treatment process. You can come back in periodically to check temperatures with the infrared thermometer. At about the 2-hour point, it would be good to come in and check temperatures to see where you're at, and perhaps the 3 and 4-hour points to make sure that certain critical areas have reached the 122 degree treatment level or higher. So the system will run automatically and shut itself off when the timer runs out.